Welcome back everyone to The Legend Chess. We're learning all these basic principles on our climb to 1000 ELO to help you be able to achieve your chess goals. This main goal we're trying to help you achieve is going to be reaching 1000 ELO on chess.com. By doing so, we're going to go through some basic principles and understandings of how chess works, right? How to control your pieces. What should I be doing in chess? What are the general ideas? That way, you can not just win here and there with, random cheap gambits and tactics, but that you can consistently play good chess and win your games. So we'll go ahead and start off here by playing a new game. We're going to be playing as black, and I'm just going to throw in the French defense, right? So the general idea of this is I just want to help control the center. So he's bringing his bishop out. He's actually playing quite well so far at 330 ELO. I want to control these central squares because then I can now get all of my pieces out and begin my attacks, right? I do need to watch out for anything that he wants to bring in as a check. I don't see any valid checks. He can always bring in that bishop, but I can always just block it with that, or I can even block with my knight. The problem with blocking that check with my knight would be if he took right after, I would be doubling my pawns. So his bishop takes my pawn, and that's a mistake, right? He's blundering a piece for nothing. Now, one of the biggest problems of this, so he just saw my queen is out in the center, I'm going to attack it. Sounds like a good idea, but he's wrong, because now I'm coming for his rook. Now, his queen's coming after me, which is fine. I'm going to actually capture. And my reason for this is I'm going to develop more pieces, right? I'm going to attack his bishop, or his knight. And now I'm going to bring back my bishop here. Now, the reason I want to bring my bishop here, this is really tricky. So we have to be very careful here. If I don't protect this pawn, I can always move my king to protect, but then I can't castle and get my king into safety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my knight right here, because this knight will protect that pawn. Had he taken that pawn, I would be in check, and it would be a fork from my king to my rook. So now I want to bring my king out of danger, but one thing to keep in mind, I'm okay losing a pawn here just because I'm up in so much material. If I castle, my king's going to go here. That pawn will not be defended, so he can capture with a check. So I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Just because I want my king out of the center, bring my rook into the attack, and now I'm going to be able to capture that pawn, attacking both of his knights. Now, he can always give a check, and then if my king comes here, he can always move his knight back somewhere and try to protect some of his knights, but he's going to lose a knight no matter what he does. So, on my next turn, we'll see what he does, but I want to look for checks, captures, and forcing moves. So he's protecting his knight, which is actually a great move. But now I'm going to take this knight for free. Now my next move I want to do is I want to bring this bishop out right here, and my reasoning for that is I can then put more pressure onto his knight so that his knight can't be protected adequately by just the bishop. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm already up in material. If you see, I have 2 rooks and 4 minor pieces. He only has 2 minor pieces and 2 rooks. And then pawn-wise, we're actually equal, although these 2 pawns are much superior to those pawns that are isolated. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I will actually try to trade off his bishop. So now that bishop is being attacked, I can just take it. I want to reduce as much of the complexity as I can because I'm ahead in material. Okay, so now he takes. Now the problem with that move, that's a huge mistake, because now what I'll do is I will take his bishop he has to either recapture the bishop or his knight will now be attacked because this bishop will no longer be sitting here. So if I take that bishop, he has to choose. And now he's down another piece. Oh my gosh. He's gonna just, oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've played this level of chess. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna just develop my pieces. I want my rook to be on the file where his king is, right? So he's trying to attack my rook, but I'm just gonna keep taking pieces. That's fine. So I can bring in that check, which actually is not bad, but I don't feel like it's too great of an idea. If I go here, let's see here. We'll just throw in the check. It's kind of fun sometimes, and the reason for this check would be his king might go here, and then I can always defend my knight by going here. If he attacks my rook, I actually can take it with the knight. So it ends up working out quite well. I'll give him another check. And now, for another devastating move, is, let's see, if I go check here, his king can't come here because the knight would be protecting that square. His king would have to probably come here, right? All right, we'll just keep it fairly simple. I don't want to accidentally blunder a piece. So now what I'm going to do is, this is called a skewer. So I'm going to skewer his king to his rook. Check, and I'm going to pick up that rook after the end of this. Now the reason he can't take is because my knight is protecting my bishop. And then I will take. If his rook takes, I will take back with my rook, and he has no good pieces, he resigns.